Hen Mazzig. He is a senior fellow for the Tel Aviv Institute, and he joins us from London. Hen, it's great to have you. I'm curious, how do you think this hearing has been going so far? I know you've been monitoring it. Are you satisfied with the response from these college presidents?
I'm not really satisfied with the response. I do welcome them taking accountability for letting the situation go to the point that Jewish students are afraid on their campuses. But I think it's important to understand this is a crisis that the Jewish community has been vocalizing and calling out for quite some time. And those university presidents failed to take any action. They just to show you the best example is the president of Harvard that refused to condemn the violence against Israelis on October 7th and refused to condemn a letter supporting that violence in our own university. We know that things that are happening on the fringe and are not being addressed will become the normalized and the consensus the following day. And that's what we're seeing today. And I think Jewish students, I'm speaking to a lot of Jewish students, we've been monitoring the situation on college campuses with our partners from Israel on Campus Coalition. And we are seeing a dramatic increase in antisemitism. And Jewish students, not only that they don't feel welcome, they also feel attacked.
What do you believe is the proper response from these presidents? What do you want to hear today?
I think that, first of all, taking accountability is crucial and important that they are doing, but I want to see more action because saying that they realize that they have failed is just not enough. And to know that this situation has been going on for over a decade and knowing that Jewish students that are paying money to go to the schools and receive education are ending up becoming advocates for the Jewish community and have to stand up to anti-Semitism. There was a survey that was just released from the Jewish House on Campus, Hillel, that found that 1 in 3 Jewish students in America feel the need to hide their identity. I mean, that's staggering that 84% of Jewish students say that the war in Israel is affecting them on campus negatively and they are afraid for their safety. I think this is a red flag for those universities. And, you know, the cost of higher education, specifically in those universities that were mentioned, like Harvard and MIT, is so high that you expect that the universities will be able to come up with a solution and not tasking the Jewish community to constantly come up with solutions to the hate speech. You know, I've always been against cancel culture. I don't think that it's positive, but I think accountability culture is important here. People must be held accountable for the hate speech that they are spreading, because while they have freedom of speech, the Jewish students don't have freedom from the violence that their words incite.
And I think that's the big distinction. Is the concern is you don't want to tread on free speech, but also you have to keep a campus community safe. So what is the balance? How do you do that? When do you believe actionable items are necessary from the universities, Hen?
Yeah, and Kelly, you're touching on the important part here. We're not asking them to tell people that or tell students that they don't have freedom of speech, but there's just like any other minority community, you know, the fact that the Jewish community have to continuously explaining that chants like "from the river to the sea" are chants that are calling for genocide, and that there's a difference between criticizing Israel and calling for the genocide of Jewish people. I don't think anyone in the Jewish community or in Jewish leadership is asking those universities to limit criticism of Israel. In fact, we are all voicing our criticism of specific policies. That's not the issue. What we want to limit is calls for genocide. What we want to limit is what we saw an event that was supposed to take place tomorrow in Columbia University about how October 7th was just a resistance and how successful this was. So I think that's what we want. We want to see actions to limit hate speech, not freedom of speech. People should have freedom of speech, but they need to be held accountable when they're calling for violence against any minority community, and specifically the Jewish community. But it seems like the Jewish community is constantly the group that has to fight over and over again to justify our humanity and that we are worthy of defense. And it shouldn't be like that. And I think those university professors, as educated as they are, they need to know better than this.
And we're tight on time here, Hen, but what do you believe is the proper response or proper accountability for the hate speech that you've outlined? What should the university do in light of those events?
Yeah, and I think the clearest thing that I can tell them is that just like they would treat the students that have engaged in racist hate speech against any minority community or homophobic speech or any sort of hate speech like this, that they need to be held accountable when they're calling for the destruction of Israel.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.